All right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Blooming Lotus Healing Channel. My name is Jikara. I'm a spiritual healing facilitator. If this is your first time here, welcome. Today we are doing readings. So who's ready for readings? I see here some people already posting on the comments. Hi, Abirami. Hi, Tanya. I will be posting the link to PayPal. I was running a little late. We had an outage here, and so I was just kind of struggling to get here on time. So thank you for your patience. But yeah, who is here coming from Meetup? Let me know in the comments. And I'm gonna get the links right now. So just bear with me here. I'm gonna get these links so I can post them for everyone to be able to send in a love donation for a reading. So bear with me here. I'm going to get that information for y'all in a minute. So let me know in the comments, where are you coming from? Where are you located? And let me know if this is your first time. Hi, Amy. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Peggy. Welcome, everyone. So happy to see everyone. Yeah, so this is my cat, Jazz. He has to be here, right? So for those of you who don't know him, this is Jazz. He's my little helper. And so every time he hears me here, he just has to come here and say hello. So right now I'm just kind of logging in here so I can get the information for y'all for the love donations. How did you guys, ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here, spend your Thanksgiving? Let me know in the comments. How was your Thanksgiving? You'll ask it directly here, Abirami. You'll ask it directly here. But I will, once you send, just make sure that when you send your donation in, that you let me know so I can check it. But I'll make sure that I also I'll keep checking here, make sure refresh that everything is good. Hi, baby. So let me just bear with me here. I'm just trying to get the link for y'all. Bear with me. Thank you for your patience. I had an amazing Thanksgiving weekend. I had a Friendsgiving yesterday. A friend of mine cooked up a storm. I made some mac and cheese, some sweet potato casserole, and green beans with almonds. It was really, really good. And so I got to, I don't think I've used that much butter in my life. I was using a recipe. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of butter. But it's like, okay, it's calling for this much butter. I'm going to put it in and see how that goes. It was delicious, but I definitely don't see myself cooking like that every week for sure. Because it was intense. Oh my gosh, you got the closest you have ever to recreating your mama's turkey. That's amazing. Hi, Samira. So those of you who are on Facebook, hi, Cece. Make sure that you give permission on Facebook, because otherwise I won't be able to see your name. I just see Facebook user. I just kind of want to let y'all know. But yeah, so what did y'all cook? Did anyone cook here? What do y'all cook? What do y'all make? I mean, I'm sure everyone make turkey. Unless you're maybe Puerto Rican or Dominican, maybe you made some pernil, some pork loin. But yeah, it's good stuff. Okay. Jazz is really sharing his love with everyone. So, y'all, it's funny. Every time I do a session, he'll come up, and he just hears me here, and he knows that I'm here, and he's like, okay, I'm gonna go and check this out. Okay. Oh, you made egg rolls, Cece. That sounds amazing. You were connected with your stepdaughter. Oh, that's amazing, Peggy. That's beautiful. How do you do the permissions? I think on Facebook, if you go on the actual like post, and then you go see more at the very bottom, it's gonna have like a little link to give permission. So it has like a little link where you give permission. Okay, so I am posting here the the link to the to share to do. I'm gonna just share one link because I feel like it was maybe confusing for everyone because last time I did that I was sharing two links. So I'm just sharing one link, which is the square one, which I noticed that everyone preferred that one because it has the option for PayPal. So I'm sharing that here. Okay, hang on. It's telling me it's having trouble connecting. I'm having trouble with the internet. Can everyone hear me? Hi, Danielle. Oh, absolutely, Danielle. So happy to support you. You were baking internally? Oh my gosh, Amy, that's hot. I hope that you're enjoying your new place. Okay, so I posted the link to the for the love donation. So let me know in the comments if y'all can see it on your end. Hi, Michelle. Awesome. Yeah, there were some outages here in this area. I got some text messages. So please do let me know if there's any issues on your end because I don't know. I can't see on your end what's happening. So y'all are my ears, my eyes and my ears. So this time around, instead of sharing two links, I'm going to share just one link for the love donation. So as y'all know, I'm changing some things around to honor my energy and to make sure that the energy exchange is equal. I do request a love donation, but it doesn't have to be a big donation. You know, whatever donation you want to do, it's fine. And then the link is there on the actual comments. So this is just to kind of honor the energy, making sure that that everything is equal and there's reciprocity. So Peggy says, I don't eat meat, but I made vegan French apple cake. Wow. And vegan cherry pie. That sounds amazing. That sounds amazing. Oh my gosh. So I go vegetarian. I go between vegetarian and omnivore here and there. So y'all know that I did a meditation retreat, and during the meditation retreat, we went vegetarian, of course, and then I came back vegetarian, and I kind of go back and forth with it depending on what my body needs. So that's what I do. Hi, Gal. Well, oh my gosh, so happy that you're here. Thank you. Yeah, you love my earrings. You always say you love my earrings. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I did cut my hair. Awesome. That's awesome. Okay, Danielle, thank you for letting me know that y'all can hear me. Awesome. Okay, good. So if you if you can't, so those of you on Facebook, if you can't find a way to give permission, just go to this post, and go to see more, right? And make sure that you can read the entire post, the entire information on the post. At the very bottom, there's going to be a link, and that's where you give permission to Facebook to share your information over to StreamYard. We got to have that permission in order for us to see your name when you are commenting here. So just kind of wanted to remind y'all of that. Thank you, Michelle. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you, Abarami. Awesome. Okay, so we'll get started. So do y'all want to start with a meditation? Let me know in the comments if y'all want to start with a meditation, or we can just go in, dive into the readings. We are in the full moon, y'all. Happy full moon. I am so energized. I don't know if anyone has that experience with the full moon, but I get so energized. I sometimes I don't sleep during the full moon because I have so much energy. And so, yeah. Okay, so let me go in here now that people are sending, so I can just make sure I can see y'all here, your transactions and all that good stuff. And so awesome. Thank you so much for those who have sent in the tip. I'm so grateful for you. It really means a lot. And you have no idea. Okay, so Abirami, it looks like it looks like both of y'all sent it around the same time. So I'm gonna go with the first one that appeared, which is Abirami, and then the next person in line will be Michelle. Okay, Abirami and then Michelle. Meditation, please. Awesome. Okay, so let's start with a meditation because I feel that we need it, especially with a full moon, right? With a full moon, I think it's important. And so let's go ahead and open this container, right, together, into create sacred space together, right? Like Just because we're online doesn't mean that we can't create sacred space together, and you can't create sacred space on your own. So I'll help you create that sacred space today on your own. And what I want to invite you to do is, if you want to grab maybe an incense, or maybe you want to light a candle, or maybe you want to grab a crystal, whatever makes you feel ceremonial, whatever makes you feel like you're doing something special at this very moment, I want to invite you to grab whatever that is for you. So I'll give you, maybe a minute or two to go grab something real quick. What I'm going to do for myself is I'm going to grab some agua de Florida, Florida water, and I'm going to place this on my hands to purify my hands and to bless my hands, because I will be pulling some cards today. And so that's what I'm choosing to do, but you can do whatever calls you. So whether it is, lighting some Palo Santo, or maybe lighting an incense, maybe you have some copal, maybe you have some sage, whatever that is for you, just to create that space together, right? Like, so that you can bring that sacredness into this moment. I'm going to choose to light some Palo Santo for us. And hi, Vanita, so nice to see you. And I'm gonna go ahead and light this up, and you're gonna see Jazz. He doesn't really like the smell of Palo Santo, so he's probably gonna go. All right, baby. Sorry. As you can see, Jazz left, and I'm lighting the Palo Santo just to honor, right, the space. And at this moment, if you want to do the same yourself, if you have Palo Santo or you have sage, and this is just to set the intention to open this container, the ceremonial container together, okay? And so what I want to invite you to do is get yourself comfortable on your seat. We're going to start with a meditation first, okay? Let's start with that meditation first. Let's create this sacred container together, right? So that you can be in your sacred space, in your own home, right? And so that you can be open to receive the messages that Spirit wants to share with you today, okay? If you want to get a reading, you can go onto the link that I posted and make a donation, a love donation. It can be the smallest amount or whatever amount you want. There's some preset ones there, and then I will go ahead and call your name from that. Okay. I've changed some things around for the purpose of reciprocity and honoring the energy exchange, and making sure that the energy stays healthy in the space, because I want to make sure that the energy is healthy, the interactions are healthy. Okay, so at this moment, if you already lit up your incense, or maybe you lit up your candle, maybe you brought some crystals, we're going to go ahead and enter into a sacred space now together. And as we do this, I want to invite you to set an intention within yourself. We're in the full moon right now. So maybe you're ready to release something. Maybe there's a little upheaval going on right now for you, and you're ready to let go maybe of a pattern, or maybe there's a little bit of gossip happening, or something that's just doesn't feel comfortable for you at this very moment. And I want to invite you to set the intention to release whatever that is, because everyone's going to have a different reason, a different thing that they want to release. Okay. And what I want to invite you to do is set that intention. If you want to write it down somewhere, you can do that, or you can just set that intention in your heart. And I want to invite you to take this moment to get yourself comfortable on your seat, wherever that is, whether it is your chair, maybe you're on your bed, maybe you're on your couch, whatever that is, but just make sure that your spine is straight. However you're sitting down, however you're lying down, that's fine. Just make sure that your spine is straight, okay? And that you're aware of your body. And as you can see, I have closed my eyes. If you haven't closed your eyes yet, I want to invite you to do so. But maybe you're not comfortable closing your eyes. Maybe you're more comfortable softening your gaze, and that's okay. Then you can soften your gaze. And I want to invite you to get yourself in a space of focus. And the way we're going to do this is by focusing on our breath. I want to invite you to focus on your breath. And focus on the area at the very bottom of your nose, on your nostrils area. And in this area, you're going to notice that there's a sensation that you can notice, right, that you can actually feel of your breath coming in and your breath going out. You bring yourself into a place of calm and peace and quiet. Whatever is happening around you, whatever is happening within you, I want to invite you just to acknowledge it gently and just go back to your breath. Gently go back to your breath with a sense of calm, a sense of peace. Give yourself permission to be at ease, relaxing yourself, and continuing to focus your attention, your full attention, right in the area of your nostrils. And even if there's other sensations that pull you into a different location of your body, I want to invite you to gently acknowledge that and just gently go back to the area of your nostrils. And with every breath you take, you allow yourself to relax a little deeper into your body, a little deeper, a little gentler. Allowing yourself to take a moment to really notice the length of your breath as it goes in through your nostrils and out through your nostrils without changing anything. We're not doing any breath work. We're just observing what is. We're allowing ourselves to observe what is. And just gently noticing how your body relaxes just a little more with every breath you take. You become calmer. You are at ease. And you experience peace within you. And I want to invite you to take this moment to visualize in your mind's eye, your third eye, in your imagination. Imagine that you are right now sitting on a lovely, comfortable chair inside a cozy room, and there's a nice fireplace right in front of you. Maybe you're cozy with a blanket and maybe a book on your lap or on the side table. Just visualize this. And try to notice the colors with this lovely fireplace. You feel the warmth, you feel the comfort, you feel fully accepted right now. You let go of any judgments, whether there are towards yourself or others. You let go of it all and you send it over to the fire. Almost as if with everything you let go, the fire receives it and dances, helping you alchemize all of that energy that doesn't serve you. Now, I want to invite you to call back all of your energy and all of the pieces of you that have been left behind in conversations that felt painful or uncomfortable or maybe negative interactions, maybe at work or with a friend or maybe a family member or maybe just stranger. Just taking back your energy from any experience that has felt heavy in your heart or heavy in your energy field. And you're going to visualize all of those parts of you that belong to you, that are good. You're going to visualize all of those pieces coming back to your heart space. And the parts that feel hurt or that don't serve you, you're going to send over to the fire. Pieces that don't serve you, that are not even part of you, that were acquired in these interactions or conversations or maybe even past life experiences or other lifetimes or other dimensions or even in your dreams. You're going to allow yourself to release all of that into the fire tonight. And visualize everything that doesn't serve you coming off of you from your entire body and being sent all towards the fire. Claim yourself back. Claim your true nature back. And I want to invite you to give yourself permission to visualize yourself placing your feet on the ground without any shoes, without any socks, and connecting into this beautiful planet. Visualize yourself consciously sending your breath down towards the bottom of your feet. As you create this lovely root system that starts to travel deep into the ground. With every breath you take, you're rooted a little deeper into this beautiful planet. And in turn, you're nourished by Mother Earth. All you have to do is be present with her and release all that doesn't serve and send it back to her. Allowing yourself to stay present. Now, I want to invite you to visualize a lovely green and golden light that travels from the heart of Mother Earth upward towards the bottom of your feet. And allow this lovely light to travel all the way to the top of your head. And now I want to invite you to focus at the top of your head. And you're going to set the intention to connect with your higher self so that you can receive your own guidance beyond today. This is a part of you that is always there, and you have permission to connect to at any time. It is you, your soul, your connection to Source. This is the aspect of you that directly interacts with Source, with the universe. I want to invite you to visualize a golden light coming from above, from the heavens, coming down, down towards your crown, and expanding all the way down towards the bottom of your feet. Let this golden light anchor at the bottom of your feet and expand out, all the way out, creating an orb of light, of golden light all around you. And I want to invite you to claim this space that is between you and this orb of light, which is you being inside this lovely orb. All of that space is your sacred space. Claim that. Claim that sacred space. And at this very moment, I want to invite you to also claim that everything and anything that doesn't serve your highest good is not invited in this sacred space. This could be a being, it could be an energy, it could be anything. Anything that doesn't serve your highest good is now removed. Gently acknowledge the shift energetically. And now we're going to create a circle, a container, a safe container together. So visualize this golden light doubling into a secondary light. You're inside your bubble, and you shall stay inside this bubble. But now there's a secondary light, secondary bubble that is being created to encompass everyone that is part of this live right now. And anyone that comes in gets to receive the benefits of this beautiful golden light. Bringing in protection. You can say within yourself to add a buffer shield for yourself. And I'm going to request a buffer shield to be added for this entire group so that all who come in get any energies, entities removed and sent to the light. Any energies and entities that don't serve the highest good of the soul are automatically removed and sent to the light. Now, I want to invite you to visualize yourself bringing forth an incense or maybe a crystal, the essence of the incense or the crystal, or maybe even the candle that you brought forth, whatever it is that you brought forth. Visualize the essence, the energy of that you brought forth, infusing into your sacred space. Now, I want to invite you to take this moment if you feel comfortable and you feel at peace in your heart. I want to invite you to visualize yourself rising up, all the way up into space. And we're going to pray together for this earth. Only do this if you feel like your cup is full and if you feel peace within you. If you don't, then let yourself be the one that receives the prayer and the love, and stay in your comfortable seat. Now, if you're ready to travel upward, give yourself permission to travel upward into space, orbiting the earth. Archangel Raphael is here. Angels of light are here. Archangel Metatron and Michael are here. And they're all supporting this prayer. This prayer for peace, for understanding, for communication, for softening of the hearts of those who need softening and opening. Setting the intention for unconditional love to be placed onto this earth. Now that you're here orbiting the earth, you notice the angels and the earth angels just like you, holding hands and sending the intention through your higher self to beam that golden light towards the earth as it beams through you. You can beam it from your heart space down towards the earth. Giving ourselves permission to give back what we have received. You notice a golden light that starts to travel from your crown, coming from the heavens, all the way down towards the bottom of your feet, expanding and then focusing like a laser onto your heart space, the center of your chest. Sending that lovely golden light, knowing that we're not the ones sending it. We're just vessels receiving it and allowing it to flow through us. And now the entire earth is covered in golden light. And the energy travels where it's needed the most. Wherever is guided and is ready to be received. Now, I want to invite you to slowly come back down towards that cozy chair. Coming down, down, back to the earth. Traveling back towards that cozy chair in front of the fire. With that nice fireplace. And you're going to come back to your body, feeling into your body. Feeling from the top of your head all the way towards the bottom of your feet. And now I want to invite you to slowly start moving your fingers and toes. Coming back, feeling the clothing against your skin. And when you're ready, in your own time, you may come forth and open your eyes, feeling ready to participate in today's readings. As you come back, let me know in the comments how you feel. If you participated in sending the light, the golden light to Earth. And if you didn't, that's okay. Maybe you felt that energy. Maybe you needed that energy, and that's okay. Awesome. Awesome. Yes. Vanita says you got your incense and your Venezuelan maracas. I love it. All right, Abrami, you said you would like to know what the angels want you to know and receive. Okay. Awesome. You feel so good, gal. Awesome. That's beautiful. Yay. I'm so happy. Happy full moon for everyone. Yes. I'm so grateful that y'all enjoyed it. Okay, so let's get started with the readings. I'm refreshing my my page here, making sure everything is good here. Okay, so I got some people that came through and added some tips to the jar. So right now we're starting with Aburami, and then after Aburami, then we have Michelle. After Michelle, then we will have, let me see, I'm looking at the names, Tanya, and then Gao, and then Chris. Okay, So we're starting first with Abirami. I'm going by the order of how the how everything was received. Yes, thank you. Oh, beautiful meditation. I have had a migraine all day. Definitely needed to receive that love and golden light. Yay. I'm so happy, Michelle, that you received that. Absolutely. And that's the reason why I said if you don't feel ready, definitely receive, because sometimes we need to receive and that's okay. We don't need to feel like we have to overgive, right? Um yeah, it was amazing. Your meditations are so amazing. Yes, participate so much. Yawning, release, crown is tingling. Yay. Awesome, Vanita. That's amazing. Hi, Chris. Feeling you're sending love to Earth. Yes, we got to send so much love to Earth. Absolutely. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and get my cards out. I have my Spirit of Psilocybin deck here. So I'll be pulling some cards from here as well. And I do have my astrology deck. Y'all know that I really go to this astrology deck very often because I like how precise it is. But we are definitely gonna be connecting to the angels today. So I do have my angel cards as well. Y'all know that I like to work with the Diana Cooper's Angel Archangel deck. So we'll be doing that, and then also working with the charts, depending whatever spirit wants to bring through. Now, if this is your first time, just remember that I typically what I do is that I do a soft connection to your higher self. So you just gotta give permission within yourself. You don't have to say it on the chat or anything, but just give permission within yourself. Just know that I do a little soft connect, and the reason why I like to do that is because then I know that I'm getting the guidance that is really for your highest good, and not just like false guides or anything like that. That's the reason why I do it. You can't stay. Okay, Vanita, no worries. I'm so happy that you're here. Oh, thank you, Vanita, for for doing the order. I appreciate it. All right, so y'all see the Vanita put that there. So thank you so much. Okay, so the first person is Abarami, and because I don't think the community really asked any questions today, because I usually but they didn't ask any questions. So I'm double checking, making sure. But yeah, they didn't ask any questions today, which is fine. So then today is all about y'all. The community didn't ask for any questions, so that's good. Okay. Today's all about y'all, the live people in the live. Abrami, so you said you wanted anything that the angels want you to know, right? And then hang on, look at my hair is mess. Okay. Do I have permission to connect to Abrami's records? Yes. Okay. Spirit, please connect me to Abrami's records and let me know when you're done. Okay, so I'm connected 100%. Okay, Abrami, I am connected to you. So let me just pull some cards. So just do you have for Abrami, please? I'm seeing the color yellow for you. Oh, that's interesting. As I was saying, you should see the card that came up. But yeah, I was seeing the color yellow. And Archangel Raquiel came through, which uses a lot of yellow, gold yellow kind of colors, which is interesting. Okay, so Abirami, I'm seeing here Archangel Raquiel. Okay, Archangel Raquiel is all about connecting to source, right, and being of service. And you've been kind of like in this space of, really giving yourself to others, giving yourself just freely, right? That's what I'm seeing here, and I'm getting confirmation here with a little tingling. And Archangel Gabriel though is saying that that at this moment you want to kind of focus the way that you're being of service, the way that you're sharing yourself into a more creative space. Okay, so kind of giving yourself the opportunity to maybe do something that will get your sacral going. So creativity doesn't mean that you have to go paint. I mean, unless you wanted to do that, then obviously don't let me discourage you from that. But it can be something as simple as cooking, or it can be something as simple as maybe even dancing, but just creating space for yourself to be creative is a way of you being of service, because that you're moving the energy within you, you're moving the energy around you, and in turn you're kind of helping clear the path, not only for yourself but those for those around you as well. So try not to see try to see these little creative moments, or these little spaces for yourself, the creative moments. See them as a way of being of service to others as well. And another thing that I'm seeing here is giving yourself permission to receive as well. So I'm seeing here the giving energy, right, that Archangel Raphael is saying. But then we have Archangel Zariel saying, hey, listen, remember to balance things out. Like, you don't want to be in a space where you're over giving, right? Because listen, I've done this too, Aberami. So don't get me wrong, I get it. Especially for those of us who want to give, sometimes we forget that we gotta also create certain boundaries, not because we're trying to be selfish or anything. It's just a way of creating that safety for ourselves, so that we're not draining ourselves to the max, right? And so I feel that that's important for you at this very moment. Now, let me see, because I feel that this. Okay, there's another archangel that's coming forward, but it's coming through the charts. So Archangel Jeremiel is coming forward. So let me see. Okay. Mm. Okay. So I'm getting the message. Archangel Jeremiel is sharing with me that you're either right now experiencing, or you will be experiencing, an awakening of spiritual vision, whether it is clairvoyance, or through your dreams. You might be receiving, or you may have been receiving that. However, it seems that you might sometimes, because listen, when this starts happening, sometimes we question it, and I understand why. We're kind of taught not to trust our intuition. But Archangel Jeremiel is reminding you that you have that intuition, and you want to make sure that you recognize that part of you taking care of yourself, and not only in the physical sense of things in the 3D, but just in general as a soul, doing the things that are going to be aligned with you, right? Isn't that part of that self responsibility, and making sure that we're doing the right thing for us. It's important that you really pay attention to those nudges and don't ignore them, because the moments that you ignore them, then things don't go necessarily as well as you expected. So you want to make sure that you give yourself permission to really trust that intuitive guidance. And another thing you can do as well, is to participate on maybe certain circles, or like mediumship circles, or any other circles that will encourage your intuitive development. So however you decide to go that route, that's up to you. But I feel that that will be very beneficial for you, especially because of this message that Archangel Jeremiel is saying here. And so let me know that resonates with you. And let me see here. I'm going to ask the Spirit Psilocybin what the Spirit Psilocybin wants to say. Hi, Lisa. How are you? So happy to see you. Okay. Spirit Psilocybin is not playing around today. This kind of goes hand in hand with the creativity, bringing in creativity into your space. We got the light medicine card, which is leaning into the joy of your life, right? And so whatever that entails for you, but you want to make sure that you're bringing in whatever endeavors that you're doing that are bringing creativity, you want to make sure that it's not something that feels like a chore. You want to make sure that it's something that feels like, hey, you know what, this is something that's joyful for me and it feels good for me. Listen, another thing that's coming here in this month, this might be from the subconscious mind. You may want to work on father wounds or connect to the cosmic father. Okay, so whether it is father wounds or bringing a little bit more structure. Sometimes we have a hard time connecting to the masculine energy because it's so structured. It's so, sometimes it can be restrictive or can feel restrictive. But you want to make sure that you're kind of bringing a little bit of that structure also into those creative endeavors. But I'm also feeling like for you, father wound, like something around your father. Maybe if it's like maybe like some sore spot around that as well. So you want to make sure you take a look at that. You're also being reminded that, not to. So the journey card is all about reminding you that you don't have just one goal in your life. Like, there's so many mini uh stations that we kind of reach that are all equally important. There's not like this final destination, and all of these little stations are not going to be, they're not going to show up linear in our path. So just try to not feel like you have to have everything perfectly laid out and figured out, because that also kind of takes away from you allowing yourself to flow and to be in that essence of being present with everything that's happening for you. Okay, and so that's what I see here for you, my love, and I am complete. Let me know in the comments if this resonated for you, and I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. Please disconnect. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so I'm disconnected now. All right, so the next person was Michelle. Michelle. And after Michelle, we have, I think Vanita put, she put it was Abraham and Michelle, Tanya, Gao, and Chris. So after Michelle is Tanya. Okay, let's see. So Michelle wants, I would love to receive any wisdom on guidance from the angels on what I need to know the most right now. Curious about my spiritual health and how to better connect and receive messages with spirit. Okay, awesome, Michelle. Let's take a look and see what's happening there. Awesome. Yay. Let me just put it up here. I'm so glad it resonated. Yay. Awesome. Okay. Okay, so Michelle, I'm gonna go ahead and connect to your higher self now. Okay, so I'm getting permission. I'm getting a yes. I'm gonna ask Spirit to connect me to your higher self. It's gonna be Michelle's higher self. Okay, I'm connected 100%. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so then now, can you tell me, what does she need to know about her spiritual health? Okay, so the cards of, so the angels want to speak to you through the astrology deck. So let's take a look. What does she need to know about her spiritual health? Oh my gosh. I love it. I love the card that came out for you. Okay. Okay. So right now, this is all present, right, Spirit? This is all present. Okay, yeah. All right. So right now, this is like right now. All of these cards are right now. Okay. The first card that came up is the card of Gemini. Okay, and so the card of Gemini is basically all about bringing forth community, but like in the way with the Gemini energy, excuse me, it's kind of like more about bringing forth community that's going to support you, okay, like actually support you. And so not just you showing up for everyone else, but how are they showing up for you, is what I'm feeling here on this Gemini card. And then also avoiding any places that when you go out and you see communities, I'm getting this message of avoiding any places that don't feel like they're in integrity. So you're going to be able to see that, and this Gemini card is kind of jumping into this essence of like the way that people speak about each other, or they speak about other circles or other places. Want to make sure that you are setting that intention to connect with communities and circles and safe spaces that are going to be supportive of you, that are actually safe. Not all communities are safe, so you want to pay attention to that. Be aware of how people speak about each other, and use that as your guidance in relationship to making sure that you can feel safe enough to actually open up and receive the support that you need. I'm getting also the Virgo card, okay, and the Virgo card is all about integrity, right? Like we're going back to the integrity part that I was kind of receiving with the Gemini, and but it's also about being of service. So you know are the places that you're going to really truly operating from a place of being of service. It's not just saying it, but also are they really truly trying to make sure that they're being of service, and how does that show up in the actual um expression, right, of those spaces. So that's important for you to consider, especially because that's directly related to your spiritual health. If you're in environments where there's gossip, or there's any sort of negativity, then you're not really going to be able to develop too much in those spaces. It's actually going to kind of create, in a way, like a constrictive energy. And so you want to make sure you keep an eye out for that. The other thing that I see here as well is the Yang card. So the Yang card is all about that a masculine energy, taking action, making sure that you're taking actions forward. So like maybe at some point you might have received messages and you're like, I'll do it later, and then it never gets done. And so that kind of creates a little bit of a disconnect from where your soul wants you to be, and where you're going. And listen, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But just staying honest with yourself and recognizing, it's like, well, you know what, I haven't really taken action on this. Maybe I can look into ways to tackle this, maybe in little bits and pieces, so that I can make sure that I can take those actions. Because sometimes I feel that when we receive these guidance, the guidance, it can feel so big, and it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know how to even get this started. So I would recommend for you, maybe breaking it down in little steps, maybe even writing it down on your journal and saying, okay, well, these are the things, like what are the things that I need to do to actually get there, right? Like this is the guidance, and this is where I know I want to be. Well, how can I get there? Like what are the steps that I can take, and what are things that I can do, and what is reasonable for me to do right now? And recognizing, okay, well, it's not reasonable for me to do all of this right now, but maybe I can do this week, and then I can do another thing next week, and so often. And those little steps, I feel like we kind of like think that it doesn't mean much, but it really means a lot. Like it really makes a lot of shift and change for us. So that's what I'm getting here. And then let me see here what else. Okay, so I'm not getting that. Okay, so the spirit of soul sign wants to speak to you. Let me see what they want to say. What would you like to say to Michelle? Okay, so there's a couple of things you want to focus on at this moment when it comes down to healing. So I'll tell you, let me just get a third card and see what else. Is there a third card? Yes, there is. Okay. Thank you. Oh, wow. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I love this actually. This is like boom, boom, boom in your face. You can't deny it. Like this spread right here, it's like it's direct. It's a direct message here. And so the ancestral card came up for you. So you want to make sure that you start doing ancestral work, Michelle. There's much ancestral work that is being called to be, done through you. And so don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to do everything at once, but whatever little nudges that you have gotten, or maybe you will get, in regards to, I'm noticing this pattern and maybe a behavior of mine that seems to be something that just kind of just looks very similar to everyone else here, right? And so that's when those are the telltale signs when you're kind of feeling uncomfortable about a certain pattern that you feel like you're starting to notice. And when you start to notice, then that's when you start getting that awakening around that. And so that is your ancestors, that is your ancestors, basically sharing that with you. And so you got the cosmic mother and cosmic father cards. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, girl. Like, seriously, both cards came up for you. And so it's like, it's in your face, like almost like, girl, you better do some ancestral work. Like, I was like, wow, like, it cannot get more direct than this. And so I would say, and going back to what I was telling you earlier with the Yang card, like taking action, like maybe this feels very big. Like, I don't even know, like this is big, and it feels big because it is a big deal. But again, it doesn't have to be tackled all at once. It can be little things such as noticing, maybe even questioning, okay, well, what are the things in my own family or that I experience in my own family that, that feel that it could be better, right? And then giving yourself permission to explore that and do it with curiosity and do it with, with an open heart. And that will definitely be a really great way for you to bring more of that spiritual health into your life. And so, one thing that I would say though, this is not a one time thing. This is kind of like an ongoing work. So, just know that you're probably going to be called to do this for a little bit, and then you might have to step back, take a break, and then go back to it. So this is a long term thing. Okay, just so you know, this is not like, oh, you got to do this tomorrow and that's it. No, this is going to be a long term thing. So just give yourself permission to kind of maneuver through that and see. And I feel like sometimes this feels like a big deal for us, like, oh my God, I have all this in my shoulders. So don't feel like you're like all this pressure on you either. Your ancestors are here to support you. They're here to guide you as well. The healed ones, the good ones. You could always try to connect with them if you want to. You can start creating that that space to connect with them. Or if you're not comfortable doing that yourself, you could always, find someone to kind of help you, create that connection. But that's definitely a big thing for you. And I'm hearing 2024. So I feel like leading into 2024, this is going to be a bigger aspect of your spiritual journey moving forward. Okay. So yeah, that is what I have for you, my love. I am complete. No other deck wants to speak to you. So there we go. I'm disconnecting from your higher self now. Okay, so the next person will be I think it was Tanya, right, Tanya? Let me see. Yeah, Tanya. So Tanya says, what do archangels want me to know? Okay, awesome. Perfect. Tanya, I got you. I got you. I'm going to just connect to your higher self right now, real quick. Yay, you're so very welcome, Michelle. I look forward to see what this journey brings for you. You can continue to come to these lives, and I'd love to see what's what's happening on your end of things, because it really is a beautiful work. It really is, and it's very rewarding, to be honest with you. Okay, so Tanya, I'm gonna connect to your higher self now. I'm gonna ask permission to connect to your higher self. Please connect to Tanya's higher self. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I'm not getting full connection. So that means that there's intrusion. So we're gonna check to see what is happening here. So let's take a look at this intrusion. Sometimes there's attachments or other beings. Please clear, remove, and center perfect place. Thank you, Spirit. And this is one of the reasons why I love connecting to higher self, because then I have an understanding of that I am really connecting to your highest guidance, right? The guidance that is really for your highest good. So I'm going to check one other thing here. Make sure we cleared some attachments here. There's some aura tears, so we're going to just remove those, repair those. I'm going to ask Spirit to repair those for you, your higher self. And the reason why I'm doing that is because this is what guarantees that I'm actually going to be able to pull cards that are really for your highest good. That's the reason why I'm having to do a little bit of this right now. So we'll get into your reading soon. Okay, so okay, no more hooks, no more interferences. Perfect. Okay, so okay, so then I'm going to ask Spirit. Okay, so Spirit wants to speak to you, or the angels want to speak to you through the deck, through the astrology deck. So let's see what they want to say. What do you want to say? What would you want to share with Tanya? Okay. These are powerful cards, Tanya, that are coming through. I'll share with you in a sec. Is this all present? Okay. Okay, so right now, the first card that came through was a card of Leo. When I think of Leo, I think of solar plexus, I think of self-worth, I think of just showing up, like just showing up fully for who you are. It's like that invitation from the universe to kind of just show up, like if you feel like wearing the hat, just wear it. If you feel like like wearing the whatever color that is loud, and like just to go and show up, that's something that is being that is being invited here, and it's something that's invigorating for you. And so that's a reminder here from Spirit and from the archangels to kind of give yourself permission to do that more often, um, even on a daily basis. I'm even getting the message of daily basis, because that's invigorating for you. That brings forth a lot of energy forth for you, and it also clears energy out for you. Like just that action is very clearing for you, and so it's important to do that. Now, the card of Pluto came through, which so be on the mindset, okay, that when we do that, then we might either get triggered internally, because maybe certain insecurities might come up, or maybe certain memories might come up, or certain situations, or we may trigger others, and then in turn that interaction can be triggering for us as well. So just so you know, this Leo card is really an invitation to do some deep healing, in the sense of transforming or alchemizing all of the things that are holding you back, or situations that are holding you back from actually showing up fully like this. So by doing this again on a daily basis, you're gonna continue alchemizing, and then in turn you get to the other side, and guess what happens? We got the sextile card, okay, and the sextile card is all about that push and pull. It's kind of like, and then which it makes sense. Like imagine these two cards coming together, right? Like you're pushing and pulling, and then you're like, there's like a little bit of that trigger, and then it's like, oh my god, I don't know if I want to do this, and then so like it's that push and pull. However, there is a benefit to that, because again, in that push and pull, there, like I said earlier, there's a clearing happening, right? And so what happens at the other end of it, though, is that there's rewards for you. And I love this sextile card because it has a lot of yellow and orange in it, which reminds me of the sun. It reminds me of the solar plexus. It reminds me of the sacral, which is absolutely beautiful. Leo is also about creativity. So I just think it's absolutely beautiful. So it's really interesting because the Pluto card, that has that dark color, which is, it's not to scare, but it's like, bringing up all the funk, right? And then kind of going to the other side, really bringing in all those beautiful, lovely energies and colors into your space, into your life, that are who you are, right? Like that they are the expression of you. And so but in order for us to get there, we got to do a little bit of that dance. And so that I feel is something that is coming forth very strongly. And listen, this is not easy. This is a big deal. I know this can feel a little big too. Y'all are getting some big messages here. But I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I'm gonna see what the spiritual assignment wants to say to you, in connection to this. So let's see what's the spiritual assignment. I want to say here to Tanya. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. So the spiritual assignment is all about doing that inner work, girl. Like spiritual assignment, it's about that medicine. And medicine, listen, sometimes medicine doesn't taste good. And so, okay, there we go. And so let me tell you what, y'all are getting this card a lot. Okay, there's some stuff going on here. We got the shadow medicine card, and this is all about leaning into the triggers with curiosity, right? Kind of like what I was mentioning earlier, that Pluto card. So that makes sense. And then we have number 2, which is kind of, I feel like it's a partnering up with our shadows. It's like partnering up with it versus kind of like, going against it, but partnering up with our shadows, I feel, is where you want to really be in at this moment, and continue to just kind of like, give yourself that space. And you also got the Cosmic Mother card. Okay. And so the Cosmic Mother card is all about the feminine energy. It's all about that flow, which the sextile card is all about. It's bringing on that flow. So it's that confirmation, right? That when you do all this work, then you kind of get into that space of flow, into that space of luscious, just goddess energy, right? That you are. Like this is who you are, really, truly. So giving yourself permission to lean into that, and to lean into the shadows, to the parts that don't feel comfortable, right? Like it make you feel like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And then leaning into that again with curiosity, with lots of patience with yourself, lots and lots of love for yourself. And you will get to the other side feeling incredible, and feeling more connected to your power. Like you're just gonna be like, oh, like it's like, enter the room, boom, there she is. That's what I'm feeling for you. So anyway, that is what I have for you. Beautiful Tanya. We had to do a little bit of a clearing for you, which is fine. Just to make sure that we were giving you the right thing. So keep in mind, I would recommend for you just to maybe do Epsom salt bath if you can as well. If you can do it tonight, even better. If not, just do it this week. Or or wear selenite and tourmaline for the time being, okay? Especially while you're going through this. Wearing selenite and tourmaline will be very beneficial for you, protective, and also it'll bring up your vibration, all that good stuff. Okay, so look at that. I love y'all. Y'all are on point over here. Okay, so I'm disconnecting from higher self right now, from Tanya's higher self. Thank you, Spirit. Also, as I was disconnecting, I saw this silver and gray color. So you might want to wear silver and gray this week, especially tomorrow. So if you have anything gray and if you have any silver, anything silver to wear that, okay? That's going to help you connect to the full moon, by the way. That's the reason why I'm sharing that with you. Okay, so I'm just clearing myself and reconnecting with myself right now. Thank you, Spirit. Hi, Ishika. You're welcome, Tanya. Okay, so I think the next person was, who was the next person? It was Gao, right? It was Gao. Yeah, Gao. Okay, Gao, you're on point, girl. Okay. So Gao says, I would love to receive any messages and guidance about spiritual growth and journey. Yes, girl. I love your questions, y'all. Y'all are the best audience that I can have. Like, seriously, keep it coming. You want guidance on your spiritual journey? That's me. I am that person for you. Okay. So it lights me up when you ladies and gentlemen, if there's any gentlemen here, ask those questions. Okay. So I'm going to connect to your higher self, Gal, real quick. Okay, so I do have permission. I'm just going to ask Spirit to allow me to connect to your higher self. I'm immediately connecting to a lavender. At first, it was kind of like rainbowish, but then then it kind of went into lavender. So, maybe connecting to that color, if you can, or even the flower lavender, that would be good. But anyway, that's not the reading. That's just one thing that I was just mentioning as I was connecting. So, okay, so I'm connected 100%. Thank you. Okay, so the archangels want to speak to you. So let's see what the archangels want to say. And they're also guiding me to go to the charts. So let me see what they want to say. It's going to be a combination of charts and cards here. So let me just pull the cards first. What would you like to share with Gal in relationship to her spiritual journey and her spiritual growth? All right, Gal. So we got some messages here for you, and really just general messages here that are coming through. And these are all present moment messages, okay? So in relationship to the present moment, the first card that came up is the card of Archangel Raguel. And if you notice, Archangel Raguel, oh, I love that. Oh, you've been loving lavender lately. That is so cool. Yeah, I felt the rainbow, and then suddenly the lavender came. Okay, so Archangel Raguel is coming through. And if you notice, okay, I was gonna say Archangel Raguel is holding that that kind of like that Libra, that balancing type of the balancing thing, right? I forget right now what it's called. But anyway, what I'm trying to say here is that first of all, it makes me think of Libra, right? It makes me think of justice. It makes me think of bringing justice forth, and also bringing fairness, right? Like being fair in situations. And so when we think about bringing justice and fairness, we're thinking of conflicts or any sort of push and pull of situations. So that is where you're being invited to really bring fairness, and to also request that from others as well. So that's another thing that I'm getting here, is that not only you being fair with others, but also requesting that when you don't see that something is fair towards you, then you requesting that fairness to be expressed towards you, and speaking up about that. However, another thing that I'm seeing here, though, is Archangel Azrael, and Archangel Azrael is basically coming forth with this it's starting the conversation of letting go, which is kind of interesting because today we're in the full moon, and full moon is really great for letting go. So this is a really great night, for you to maybe create a little bit of a ritual for yourself, and find that space of letting go of any of that conflict, right, that you might have had, or maybe you and when I say conflict, it doesn't have to be like a fight, okay? A conflict can be just like, I just don't, this doesn't feel right. That could be the conflict. It doesn't necessarily have to be like you went out and like, punched each other, right? Like, that's not, I know conflict feels very strong, like a strong word, but disagreements, even, disagreements. So, but what I'm trying to say here is that, there's certain moments in our journey that we just have to like if that fairness is not present, then we might have to just say, okay, well, I'm just gonna walk away. If you can't play fair with me, then maybe I just need to let go of this, right? Like I may need to walk away, because it has to be hand in hand. If you don't have that hand in hand type of acceptance of like, hey, listen, like I respect you, you respect me, and there's this understanding of we're gonna, this is how we're gonna play fair. Then if that's not present, then you might want to reconsider what's happening there. Okay. And so also another card that came through here, which I really love this card, is Archangel Filii. And when I see this card, I see the invitation of connecting to pets, uh, really bringing forth the even I'm hearing spirit animals forth to you, and working with them, especially when it comes down to when you're thinking of fairness, even going into nature and observing how nature practices that reciprocity, that fairness. And because sometimes you might need to get out of yourself to observe the natural world, right, to see how the natural world interacts, and then say, hey, you know what, like maybe there is some wisdom here that I can apply and integrate and weave into this situation. So yeah, so you're huge about fairness and doing what's right. And then of course, and then you're a Libra. Look at that. Yeah, balancing is a big thing for you. So yeah, that Libra card, girl. And so what I'm trying to say here is that you want to make sure that if you're questioning a situation, and if it's being fair or not, removing yourself from the experience, and maybe seeking that support from the natural world, so that you can see how the natural world takes care of things. There's so much in there that we can integrate into our lives, and there's so much wisdom just by observing, and or even interacting, or observing how animals interact with each other. It's a really great way to do that. Okay. So, oh, that's so beautiful. That's incredible. So then definitely incorporate that. Now, how can I bring balance, right? How can I bring that justice into my life? How can I, let me observe what nature is doing. So let's see what the spirit of Celestine wants to say. Hi, Nicole. Hi, Manhur. The scale. Thank you, Cece. You saved me, girl. Oh, wow. Okay. We got some cards, girl, for you. Mm, 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 mm. Girl, you got 4 cards. We're going to honor all 4 and share with you what these cards are saying. The first card that came up, and I'm just going to present. Yeah. Now it's time for you to really reconnect to your inner adolescent. Okay. We talk a lot about the inner child, the inner child, the inner child, but the inner adolescent is also very important for us to connect to. You know why? Because the inner adolescent is a part of us, and it's a very powerful part of us that shaped who we are now. And so, right now, you're being invited to connect to your inner adolescent as well, as part of your journey of fairness and understanding how fairness is expressed in your life. And then the next thing that I see here as well is the card of the cosmic child. And the cosmic child is all about really understanding that you are the balance, which is funny. You know, if you see the first word there, it says balance. I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't see it, but it says balance there. But anyway, balance, balance, balance is coming through for you. So recognizing that you're the balance of both the masculine and the feminine, and you have so much power inside. The cosmic child is the piece of the cosmic father and the cosmic mother, right? You are the expression of both of these inside of you. And so remembering that you have so much power inside of you, and that you as a child of this universe have the power of creation within you, and you have the power again of bringing those changes and those shifts of fairness in your life. Okay. I'm seeing here the card of reciprocity. So, I want to invite you to question, how much reciprocity is showing up in your relationships, right? In your interactions. Is there true reciprocity? And if there isn't, then balancing those relationships. That's another thing. Balance. That word balance is coming up for you so much. And so I'm being guided to tell you right now that it is really time for you to invite sacred ceremony space for yourself every single day. So going beyond just doing something just to do it, but really bringing that intentional that intentional work of connecting to that witchy side of you, right? Connecting to that witchy part of you that is inside of you and wants to be alive and wants to express. And right now it's important that you connect to that part of you so that you can weave in that lovely essence of ceremony in your everyday life. So I would say, if you can do this, on a daily basis, great. If you can't do this on a daily basis, at least on a weekly basis, or trying to, go with the moon cycles that the main ones, right? The new moon and the full moon. That will be great as well. So, you get to bring that forth in your life in the way that you feel comfortable, but it's important that you do bring that ceremony in aspect into your life. Okay. All right, so that's what I have for you, my love. You have received some of the wisdom of the spirit of psilocybin today. And I'm so grateful that we get to share today. And so, yeah, so let me go ahead and disconnect from your higher self now. And then we'll move on to the next person, which I believe was Chris, if I'm not mistaken, was Chris. And then we'll move on to the next person. Okay. So disconnecting. And then, yeah, definitely, I'm feeling that lavender. So, however you want to continue connecting with that lavender, definitely that's a very good color for you. I'm feeling very invigorated with that color for you. So, all right. So, okay, Danielle. If you want to participate, you get I don't know if I told y'all earlier, but you want to send a donation, a love donation. But I think Cece is coming after Chris. So let me see who was the first person here. Hang on, okay, it was Chris. Okay, thanks to Vanita, I have this. So the order was Abraham, Michelle, Tanya. We already did that. Gal, we already did Gal, and then it's Chris. Okay, Chris, what was your question? Do you post your question here? And then let me post for y'all the donation link. Absolutely. I'm so happy, my love. Aw, that makes me so happy to read. Yeah, so let's see. Chris, I think I'm trying to find your question. Let me see. I know that you posted it earlier. I'm just trying to find it here. Okay, I found it. Any guidance from angels or guides that I need to know right now that could help me with my path of service with much gratitude? Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love these questions. Y'all are coming in with so much beauty in your questions, and I love this because it brings me so much joy to know that so many of you are really resonating with being of service. We need so much of that in the world, however that looks like, right? For everyone is different, but I love that so much. And so it really brings so much warmth into my heart. And I just wanted to just say that. So thank you. Thank you for stepping into that space. That's powerful. Okay. So Chris, let's go ahead and connect to your higher self. Do I have permission to connect to Chris's higher self? Yes, please connect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I am connected to Chris, and then okay, no one from the charts, but I am getting the Archangel deck. So let me just go ahead and ask for guidance for Chris. She wants to know right now that what would help her in her path of service. What can help her right now in her path of service? Okay, so this card came out. Mm. Okay, so here I am being shown a child or being guided to see the child in this card, which is Archangel Azrael. Okay. And so, that nurturing of the child, of children, and also, bringing that opportunity to nurture the inner child as well, through the connection with children is really important for you to continue to nurture that inner child and see that reflection back and forth, is really important in your path of service, because that purifies. It's like I am seeing this purification of the heart as you do this. And another thing that I see here is that you might want to look um, at change from a place of joy and a place of excitement, because there is a feeling of wanting to change or change coming, and I'm not feeling any resistance from you, but I do feel like there's some change coming your way, and so just preparing yourself for that change, for the shift. And Archangel Michael came through. I love that Archangel Michael is here for you. That's incredible. And Archangel Michael came through for you, and I'm immediately being shown the connection to Source, and so immediately being the connection to Source, and I'm also being guided to share with you how that is your source of power, right? That is your source of power, and your source of that's your food source to continue to be of service, right? So continuing to foster practices that are going to keep you in that awareness of that deep connection, and that the deep parts of you that are connected to Source. Even at the moments that you don't feel connected, or maybe you feel disconnected, just know that you're still connected, and that's something that wants to come through for you. And so standing in that power, knowing that you are uh, that you are always there connected, and all you have to do is just kind of step back and just remind yourself, right? However that reminder would look like for you, right? So but it's important that you remember that. So I'm being shown that connection to Source over and over again. So and another thing that I see here is Archangel Mariel. And when I see Archangel Mariel, I immediately am being guided to the light in between her hands. And it's kind of interesting because this archangel is all about uh you know the work that we do with our hands, and purifying our hands, with whenever we're about to do any sort of work that we feel is sacred for us. And so, you can do so by maybe visualizing that light in between your hands, or even washing your hands with water with that intention of clearing the energy from your hands as well. That's another thing that you can do there. But that there's something about connecting your hands to source energy, that is important for you at this very moment to do, so that you can really feel again, especially when you're feeling that disconnect, so you can feel, okay, I'm sorry, I'm kind of like bringing forth, right, the energy of, and then you're kind of consciously bringing that. And so, like, in that moment that there's not awareness, or there's there, you're kind of in and out of the awareness, what will bring you back into that awareness is, doing a practice that will bring the sacredness of your hands, and even, blessing your hands, and with light before you take on any action that brings your path into service. So let me see here. The spirit of psilocybin wants to speak to you, so let me see what the spirit of psilocybin wants to say. What would you like to share in relationship to what the archangel said here? Yeah, I was feeling that. It was related to children. Hmm. So funny. I just mentioned water, and grandmother water came through. Okay. So you got the ancestral card, Chris. And so remember what I was telling you at the beginning, I was being guided to look at the at this part of the card where there's a child, and then, so working with children and working with your children, and then having this intentional, loving connection with your children, and that interaction, and then how that awakens your inner child. That is quite literally ancestral work right there at the very, on the go, like right there at the very moment. So this card is kind of reminding you of that message of Archangel Azrael, letting you know that that's the ancestral work that you're doing, quite literally at this very moment as you go on the go. So I think that's incredible. And so grandmother water came under Archangel Michael's card. And, I was talking about the energy, washing your hands before you do anything that's meaningful to you. This is important because the grandmother water is all about flexibility, is all about fluidity, is all about cleansing, of course. That's the given with her. It's all about receptivity, about our emotional body. It's also about allowing ourselves to flow and to see how consistency, right, can really create change as well. So grandmother water is there for you, and I feel like it would be very good for you to go to, if you can, if you have anything close to you, maybe like a river or some sort of body of water, would be very beneficial for you, and just sit there and observe water and let her speak to you. I feel like that is going to be very, very powerful, and it's going to awaken a really deep connection with this element that will help you in your journey of service. Okay. We also have the card of death. I don't want you to be scared about this card, because this is all about letting go of the past, right? And going back to the inner child part that we were talking about earlier, that's part of the past, right? Letting go of the past, letting go of the things that maybe are, maybe we feel are painful, or maybe that when they come up they're kind of a little sore or difficult. And so it's time to let go of the past and let the old die. Just let the old die, and so that the new can come through. And again, I am being shown that the card of Archangel Azrael, and how we have that child, right? Like, allowing that new birth of you as well through that interaction with children. Okay. So that's what I have for you, my love. I am complete. I hope that resonated for you. Let's see. Oh, that's beautiful, Sierra. That's so beautiful. I'm disconnecting from your higher self now. Disconnect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Thank you. All right. So now moving on. Okay. So we did that. And then we had. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Let's see here. I'm just refreshing my page here. So bear with me as I refresh my page and I see y'all's information. Thank you for your patience. I've had some issues with my internet today, so I really appreciate y'all's patience with me today. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I'm checking for y'all because I know that we had some people. Okay, so Lisa sent, but I see someone else. Hang on. Bear with me here. I'm just checking because somebody sent something in. All right, it was C. All right, C. I know it was you. Would love to know more about what's next in my spiritual journey. Absolutely. All right, C. Awesome. I'm so glad. I'm so glad, Chris. It resonated. All right, so after C, then we have Lisa. Okay. So C, let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to connect to your higher self now. Please connect. Thank you, Spirit. Oh, wow. I'm seeing like almost this I don't know how to describe it, I guess unicorn colors coming through, which is so cool. Okay, I see. The unicorns actually want to speak to you. So let me get a unicorn deck. Where is my unicorn deck? Here it is. The unicorns actually want to speak to you. And so we're going to honor that. We're going to honor that. If they want to speak to you, we're going to let them speak, right? All right. So some messages do we have for what's next on her spiritual journey? All right, so I'm pulling up some cards here for you in relationship to your question. And the first card that came up was the card of Ascension Lift. You work with unicorns? No wonder. Okay, so that makes sense why they wanted to come through. So the Ascension Lift came through. And this is card 39, which, 3 and 9 are, are basically related numbers. And then we have number 12 there, which is really number 3. So number 3 is definitely, it's all about the Trinity. It's all about, integration, and, the Holy Spirit. So there's a lot of that higher realms type of energy here. And I'm seeing here the number 8 as well, which is that infinity number. So I'm feeling as if there's an aspect of of an like I almost feel like this is, yeah, this feels like you're actually going into a different realm, like a higher realm, a higher level of consciousness. And there's a lot of information that is going to come forth for you if it's not already coming forth. And so you want to prepare yourself for that, because there's going to it may be a little jarring, because you're kind of jumping up into a different space energetically that is really going to shift so much internally. And there's going to be a some matching that you might need to do here on the 3D. So just know that. But I know that you work, I we've, I've done readings for you before, where I know that you do a lot of dream work. So, if you need support, you could always, go into in your dreams and do whatever, shifting that you need to do there as well. Seeing the cosmic diamond card, this is kind of like what I was seeing when I was connecting to your to your higher self. By the way, I was kind of feeling this diamond like energy, kind of like, it was not a color, it was like all diamond, like very like glittery type of energy kind of coming down, which was very cool to see. I was like, oh wow, this is very fabulous and incredible and just unicorn like. And this card is all about, it's a remembrance, right, of understanding that you're here to really do, to bring illumination, to bring your light. And so know that this new aspect of your work going up, upward, it's like you're gonna like, I'm being shown like this upward and then this outward expression of your energy that is just going out and just spreading out. And so just know that this may feel a little strange for you, maybe at the energetic level or even here on the 3D, because it's going to be like, oh wow, like you're actually going to be able to see how you're impacting others with your just being yourself. And so just keep in mind that that's just part of the work that you're meant to be doing here. It's just continuing to be yourself, and your energy just kind of just, again, it just goes, it goes like upward, and then it just kind of expands outward into everything around you or everyone around you. And I see here that there's a stargate, okay, which is the stargate of Lyra, okay. And I just kind of wanted to say here that you're being invited to connect to your casual chakra. This chakra is right above the crown, and it's right above the crown, in between the crown and the soul star chakra. So it's not the soul star chakra, it's another one that's kind of like over to the side. It's kind of like the moon to the soul star chakra. So imagine like the soul star chakra being the earth, and the casual chakra would be the like the moon to that. And it's a very unique chakra. And so you're being invited to start connecting to that chakra, because it's part of the work that you're meant to be doing. It it's part of the energy that you're meant to be working with. And the unicorns are can help you with that. So when you said that you work with the unicorns, then definitely ask them to connect you or to show you where your casual chakra is whenever you meditate, so that you can connect to that and continue to download and receive the messages and the healing and the energy that you're meant to be receiving on a daily basis. Okay, so that's very important, because this is part of the like quite literally the next step, right, for you, is to really work with that chakra and continue to get acquainted with that chakra. Okay, so that's incredible. That's really really cool. um really cool stuff, girl. So let's see what the spirit of soul sign wants to tell you. Okay, can you tell me, what would you like to tell her? Okay. Okay, so there's a little bit of groundwork that you're being given, because this was very etheric, right? What I just mentioned to you. So the spirit of psilocybin, of course, is bringing it down to earth, of course. And so we're kind of going into that space. So some groundwork that you can do at this moment to kind of prepare and continue to be able to expand into that connection with your casual chakra is to tend to your inner child. Okay, continue to do that work with your inner child. Actually, bringing forth your connection with a casual chakra is actually going to help with this, with the work, with the inner child work. So that's actually going to be directly related to that beautiful healing. And so just know that. And then this is related to the inner child work specifically. The card of reciprocity is coming through for you. Okay, so I'm seeing here that the card of reciprocity is directly related to that inner child work. So, where in your relationships, in your family, did you feel like the relationships were not in balance? And so, if they were not in balance, we got number 13, which in turn becomes number 4, and number 4 is all about feeling grounded. And so where did you not feel the relationships in balance, and recognizing where does it still affect you now, and where does it still express now in your life? That's important. And connecting again to the casual chakra is really going to help bring some healing energy into that. So remember, like I was mentioning at the beginning, that light, I was telling you, that light that comes in, and then you just kind of like take it, you kind of like receive it, you send it back up and then out, like that is quite literally part of the expression of what I'm saying about reciprocity. It's like, that energy of like, standing into that space of asking for what your needs are, and recognizing where that is, right? Because I think that sometimes what happens there is that we don't recognize it, because it's just kind of like an automatic thing, we're not there. But right now you're actually going to be shown this, and then at that moment, just recognize it, and then make sure that you indicate it, right? And also make sure that you're also bringing forth that intention of connecting with that chakra, so that you can bring forth the healing that you need for that. So I feel, so I'm being shown like almost like laser focus. So it's almost like this specific chakra will help you laser focus your healing, like quite literally, like almost like a laser point, like you'll be able to pinpoint, okay, I'll pinpoint, I'm going to send healing specifically to that area, and I know exactly what that area is. You'll have like almost like that very granular type of work that you'll be doing for yourself. And I sense that this is something that you're going to be doing beyond yourself, even for others. And that's why this is something that you would need to develop within yourself. Okay. So you have some things that I remember doing some readings for you in the past, where there were some things that you were meant to be doing on your, this is part of that. I'm being reminded of a reading that I did for you, about you bringing forth some healing, some type of healing that's unique to you, and this is part of that. Okay. So we have the card of shape shifting. And the card of shape shifting is a really interesting one, because shape shifting, when it comes down to the spirit of psilocybin, is all about really allowing ourselves to work with our guides, and kind of connect to our guides from a place of like, what would this guide do, and how can I shape shift into this guide, into the spirit guide. And it doesn't mean that you have to necessarily like physically shape shift into that spirit guide, but it means of like, what are the attributes and the essence of this guide, or let's say you're working with the unicorns. Well, what is the essence of the unicorns? And shape shifting into that whenever you're called to do, right? And when I mean by shape shifting, I mean by the demeanor, the mannerisms, the way that you express, allowing yourself to incorporate some of that into your expression, so that you can understand what it means to to be a unicorn that brings compassion into somebody's life, or that brings light into somebody's life. Like you experiencing that expression personally is what's really going to help you kind of again do that laser focus work that I was telling you. So anyway, that is what I have for you. I am complete. I hope that this resonated for you. I know that the readings that I do for you are always up there, girl. Like I don't know, like there's some you're doing some really interesting things on this planet. And I'm just grateful that I get to do a reading for you. So thank you. Thank you, girl. Okay. So I am complete. I'm disconnecting from your higher self now. Okay. So let me see what else here. Who else was the okay? Um the next person was Lisa. Lisa, you're still here, my love? Oh, that's awesome. I'm so happy. Yeah, I'm so excited for you. Like, I feel that there's some really amazing stuff happening for you. Okay, so Lisa's saying, hi, Jakara. Can you ask the guys about the hawk occurrence for like 2 weeks I sent? Thank you. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just reconnect to my higher self. Please reconnect. Thank you, Spirit. I have a bitch to connect to. Please connect. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so I'm being guided to pull from the spirit, from the animal spirit deck for you. So I'm connected to you 100%. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the hawk. Can you show me what's the messages or what's the meaning behind the occurrences with the hawk? Hmm. Okay. So I got two cards that are about the hawk occurrence and one that is just a message from spirit that just wanted to come through for you, okay? But I just kind of wanted to just share that the first card that came up was the card of this is it's not a hawk, it's a similar but it's a similar um animal or bird. And this card is calling for the the higher understanding of where where you are at this very moment, understanding where you are at this very moment. And I'm also seeing that you're being invited to kind of step into the higher perspective of your life at this very moment. Like I feel like there's been like so there's these binoculars that are down, right? And I'm feeling pulled to share that I almost like I'm being shown like almost like you like taking down the the binoculars and not seeing anymore, like not wanting to see or not seeing anymore the higher perspective. And so the hawk here is really inviting you to come forth for that. And I'm seeing here now that was related to the hawk situation, and I'm also seeing here this other card of um this is I can't remember the name of this bird either, but this is like it's a singing bird, right? And I'll tell you in a minute what bird it is. But what I'm seeing here is that there's almost as this this forgotten gift that has been placed aside, for the sake of others. And I'm getting the message of the sacred boundaries. Okay. And so this is not related to the hawk. However, it's related in the sense that that's the message here that spirit wants to kind of interject here for you, is to recognize that, when we give away our power, we give away also our gifts. We give away the opportunity to share our gifts. And when we give away our power by not protecting ourselves, not being intentional about ourselves, then we can get lost. And that's what I'm feeling here, is that, it's almost like an invitation to really reconnect, right? First of all, to the higher perspective. That's the first thing that I'm seeing. For the first thing is reconnect to your higher perspectives, right? Seeing things from a higher understanding, and removing yourself from the situations. But then there's the other aspect of it, is reconnecting to your gifts, reclaiming those gifts. Because there, at one point, there was like it was dropped. I'm being shown like this was dropped. And so, like, reconnecting to your gifts. So first step is to remove yourself from situation, higher perspective. Second step is reconnecting to gifts. And third step, asserting boundaries. That's what I'm seeing here for you. And so, with your relationships, with people, I'm seeing people, relationship, all type of relationships. Okay, not just one type of relationship. It's not just about family or friends or romance. None of that. It's about all relationships. So you want to remove yourself, right, from the situation, so that you can see what's really happening, and see where in this experience. I'm seeing like almost like a soup, like we kind of get lost in the soup. And so, like, I'm seeing that, like, I'm being shown, like, not that I'm being shown you in a soup, but when you put everything in a soup, and then everything just kind of becomes like part of one, and it's just kind of mushy, and you don't know what is what. Like right now, I'm being shown like you being removed from the soup, and like cleaning that up, and seeing that, oh, okay, I was in the soup, right? And so giving yourself that permission to see beyond that soup, right? And seeing what was happening, and again, reconnecting to your gifts. Okay. I'm gonna see what the spiritual side wants to say to you. So let's take a look. I'm trying to remember the name of this bird. I'm gonna try to get the name, because it's important for me to tell you the name of this bird. I'm hearing the word bird people for you. I don't know if you're familiar with the bird people from outer space. The bluebird people. Okay, so we are looking at. I'm trying to find the name of the bird so I can give it to you, because I don't want to. Okay, this is a falcon, which is very similar to a hawk. Falcons and hawks are basically similar. They're the same. They're in the same family. And then the other one. Okay, the nightingale. The nightingale. Okay. It's about your gifts. It's about your gifts. Coming back to them, and reconnecting to your gifts. This one, this on the book, it says, oh, gifts that you don't know about. No, 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 you know about this gift. This gift is just that it's been, it was kind of like put aside. And so, but anyway, I wanted to mention though, that the spirit of psilocybin is sharing a very strong connection with the hawk or the falcon. Well, of course, it makes sense the falcon because it has like more of a blue, so it makes sense that the hawk didn't come through. It was more the falcon. But this very, um, it was also remembrance of your star family. Okay, so star family. So as you remove yourself from the soup, right, and you reconnect to your gifts, then allowing yourself to invite your connection to, if you are ready and if you feel comfortable with it, um, it is available to you to connect to your star family. And I'm seeing here the card of the moon, and this came up around the sacred boundaries card. And recognizing that we're going to have our ebbs and flows, right? Like the moon is not always full, the moon is not always in crescent, the moon is not always in a new moon. There's going to be different stages, right, that the moon is going to go back and forth. And so recognizing there's going to be times when you're amazing at putting those boundaries up and saying, okay, no, this is how I'm going to do things. And there's going to be times that you might not be like that. You might have a little bit more of a hard time, and that's okay. It's not about beating yourself up. It's about recognizing that you want to allow yourself to be in that sacred flow, in that sacred cycle of that journey for yourself. Okay. And then the Nightingale card, under that card is Grandmother Water. Okay. And so I don't know if you have access to a body of water, but for you, I'm being shown that you need a dunk in water, like cleanse, like do like a cleanse, like a limpia. I'm sure that you're familiar with that because you've been to Mexico, but you like a full limpia, okay, with holy water, or blessed water. But I feel like that's something that will be very, very helpful for you, because it'll really bring it'll just bring things back into center for you. Okay. um so anyway, that's what I have here for you. And that's what I have, so I'm complete. Bird people, no, bluebird is your dad. You also have connection with the galactic family. Your galactic family is also connected to the birds. So there are bird people, and so you might want to connect with them when you're ready, of course. But yeah. Okay, so that is what I have for you, beautiful Lisa. I hope that resonated for you. And just remember to really do find body of water, or do a limpia or a cleansing with water. Okay. Blue avians, thank you. Thank you, Cece. I forget the names, so I was like, thank you so much. Please disconnect. Thank you, spirit. Blue avians are part of your star family, Lisa. So you want to, I mean, if you want, it's available to you. You don't have to connect with them if you don't want to, but they are definitely part of your star family if you decide that you want to connect to them. I know some people are not interested, but sometimes they kind of come forth and they want to remind you that they're there for you to support. Um, some people are uncomfortable with that, and that's okay. But just know that it is available. They are coming forth to let you know that they're here to support you. Okay, so that is what I have. I am complete. And then I will call it a day actually. I'm just checking to see, making sure that nobody else is here. And then we will be moving on. So I hope that y'all enjoy the meditation, and you'll always be able to replay the meditation on the replay of this live, so you'll have that as well available. And I'm I'm just kind of refreshing my page. Like I was mentioning earlier, I had some issues with the internet today. There were some outages, so my internet is going very slow. So I don't know if I've been if it's been slow for you guys on your end. I hope it hasn't been, but please forgive me. It's just the way it is, you know. But yeah, so that is what I have here. I am complete. Oh, you're going to Mexico, Danielle. If you want to participate, like I was mentioning, you can send in a love donation, and I can do a reading. But I've been here since 7, so I'm gonna go ahead and end this live. Okay, we can, if you want to book a session, you can also do as well. I wanted to invite y'all to go over to my website, thebloominglotushealing.com. If you want to book a session, you can do so as well. I am pretty booked right now, actually, until the end of December. So if you want to, and I'm not going to do any more lives for the month of December, because I'm actually going back to Vipassana. I'm going to do another 10-day meditation retreat in December. This time I'm going with my husband. So I'll be, really focusing on that. I'm preparing for 2024. I've been guided, and I want to share with y'all. Y'all are here. I've been guided that 2024 is going to be a lot of changes, a lot of changes, and we want to be prepared for the new energy. And so going within and meditating, that's definitely going to be really important for y'all. So uh thank you, Danielle. I'm sorry, my love, but if I can't do that. Listen, I love you, I really do, but I can't do that. Okay, this is based on love donations. So thank you though. All right, love you all.